Hey guys, Attorney Tim Anderson. Wanted to talk about red flag laws. House Bill 674 went through the Senate today and passed on a 2020 vote. One of the Democrats voted against it. I do not know who that was. The LIS system has not updated it, but it did require Lieutenant Governor Fairfax to break that tie. So 674 passed with a Senate amendment. Now, this is the red flag laws. I will say that the Judiciary Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee, did make an amendment, and there is, it has softened up some of the language of red flag laws. And so, first off, in order for the red flag order to be issued, there's going to be gatekept by either a Commonwealth attorney, a police officer, a judge or circuit court judge to issue that, and that's going to be that it possesses a substantial risk of personal injury to himself or others in the near future. Now, basically, what that is saying in the layman's terms is, you're not going to be able to just go get a red flag order on your own. You're going to have to involve the authorities, and they're going to be somewhat of a gatekeeper. Now, that is better than it was, because it was just going to allow your neighbor to go down and file the petition directly with the magistrate. But there is this little bit of a gatekeeper element that was added. Now, the other thing is that the law enforcement officers who would then come to your house to take your guns would not necessarily be allowed to enter your house. You would have to voluntarily turn them over. Now, if law enforcement felt like you were not complying with the red flag order, they could then apply to get a search warrant. And then that would then allow them to go through your house that way. So those two amendments were made by Judiciary from the original bill. It will be for a 14-day window, which means you won't be allowed to talk about it. The guns will have to be gone for 14 days, and then you would go to court, and then the judge could, you can either agree to keep that in place, or you can have a hearing, and if the judge rules your way that you were not a substantial risk, then then he makes that decision. If he finds that you're not a substantial risk, the guns come back to you. If he finds that you are, it can be issued for up to 180 days, and that's how it was before. All right, so that passed the Senate. Now it has to go back to the House because there was an amendment to it, and there's going to have to be some reconciling between what the initial House bill said and what they have done today. But it is 100% certain that red flag laws will become the law in Virginia on July 1 in some variation. So what I'm going to do is, once the conference committee meets in the next week and this language starts getting finessed, I will report to you one final time on all of these laws that have passed, universal background checks and red flag laws and all of the stuff that is passing. Once the finality of that is, we're there. But for certain, red flag laws are now going to become the law. There's no doubt about that. In some variation, there's some slight variations between the Senate bill and the House bill, but that's going to get worked out. There's some variations to the universal background check bill, but that's going to become law. And some of the other gun bills that I talked about the other day. But I just wanted to give you an update that for sure red flag laws have passed. It was a 2020 vote. It looks like Spruill was the person who came over from the Democrats, according to a source I'm just receiving during this video. So hope that helps you understand what's coming. I will give you a final update on red flag laws once the conference committee reconciles the differences between the Senate amendment and what they sent over. All right, thanks.